Here's something to think about. Did you notice over like the last couple of years, pay-per-view numbers have been on a decline? For example, outside of Mayweather versus Pacquiao and Mayweather versus Canelo, you know, pay-per-views haven't been doing what they're supposed to have been doing. Remember, Miguel Cotto's last pay-per-view against Sergio Martinez didn't do what it was expected to do. A lot of people forget that. So the question I'm having is, can Cotto versus Canelo do 1.5 to 2 million pay-per-view buys? For some reason, man, I just don't think it will. I'm seeing something like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Now, those are still big numbers, despite the fact that Cotto's supposed to clear about 30 million. Well, that's if it goes to 1.5 pay-per-view buys or more. Cotto's supposed to clear $30 million plus. But for some reason, this fight, like it's got a lot of buzz around it. Don't get me wrong, but only really the hardcores are really going to be watching this fight if you really understand where I'm going with this. Don't get me wrong, Cotto still has marketability depending on who you match him up with. But realistically, he's been somewhat inactive, fighting only one time a year and hasn't really kept up the momentum. I mean, let's face it, after Mayweather, he fought Delvin Rodriguez and then Austin Trout on Showtime, and then Delvin Rodriguez on HBO. So when you look at after that, he fought Sergio Martinez. And what was the pay-per-view buys for Sergio Martinez and Miguel Cotto? I forgot because I did a video on it a long time ago, you know, after the fight, but I didn't. Yeah, here we go. Sergio Martinez pay-per-view numbers. What did Cotto Sergio Martinez do? Let's see. I forgot. Let's see if we can get that information quickly. Yeah, 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Remember that? 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, I'm not saying that Canelo's a superstar himself. I'm guessing these two guys matched up together is supposed to bring big pay-per-view numbers. And then with this day and age, with streaming on the rise, for some reason, like 1.5 seems a stretch for a lot of fighters these days. You know, in fact, I can't see another matchup outside of, put it this way, if Cotto was to fight Gennady Golovkin, I see something like 1 million pay-per-view buys. I'm dead serious. As we see, well, okay, not one, yeah, about 1 million, 1.1. But you put Cotto versus Canelo together, I'm thinking 1.3, 1.4. But we'll have to see, you know, because we'll just have to see, because what I've noticed is, did you notice, like, outside of like boxing forums and outside of boxing groups and boxing pages and all that really no one's talking about the fight? I don't hear nobody saying they're going to have a Cotto Canelo pay-per-view party. I don't hear nobody saying, oh yeah, that Cotto versus Canelo coming on this weekend. Now, you know, maybe the Puerto Rican audience says, yeah, true. I got to look at the fact that the Puerto Rican audience, you know, and the Mexican audience, but really, I mean, you know, I just don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking that, you know, 1.5, you know, 1.6, 1.7 is a stretch, man. For some reason, my personal opinion. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.